Irene and Monifa, they would go live. And I watched these lives and I'm saying, okay, let me think about everything that I've heard, let me think about everything that was presented, and let me listen intently, and that's what I did. There was a tip that I was given to the family, to everybody else. Please forgive me. I'm keeping my promise to Kenneka. I don't know that anybody would be offended or mad at me in this moment, but I've taken a lot of hits. I'm conditioned for it now, and I am prepared. I don't know the full cost, but I'm prepared to pay the price. So I was given a tip, and I dismissed it because it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense, and so that's how I began to follow all of the other paths, trying to rule them out. And I got the one that I felt made the most sense. And I was also an advocate, meaning that I was under the instruction of our leader. Our leader was Teresa Martin, her biological mother. Teresa Martin's specific instructions to me, what she said, was that we're going to fight to get justice for my daughter. She said that she forgives. In the beginning, she said God was going to, she kept saying, but God, but God. She kept saying, but God. And she would make sure that it was clear that it was not my place or anybody's place to go after any of these kids who was in the room. And so if you noticed, whenever somebody would ask me, and all of those videos are somewhere and they speak for themselves, I would say, somebody would say, Jedediah, do you think that the people in the room are responsible? And I would say that I don't think that anybody is off the table. I think that everybody should be considered. And that was my diplomatic way of saying, it's possible. But I can't follow that track because we're not bothering these kids. They've gone through enough. I don't know them personally. And so I stayed in my place. I'm not the police. I want to bring awareness, and I want to keep this fight focused. And I never chose, or I never asked to be the damn leader in the first place. I just think that people saw at that time what was real, no matter if it got distorted later on. So anyway, here today, I say this as a free individual, liberated in my own self, and I'm not representing the family. I am not representing any entity. I'm not even representing my national organization. This is Jedediah Brown speaking, and I'm gonna tell you jackasses out there one thing you cannot do. You cannot take me out of this fight. I was there every day. My mother almost died while I was in Rosemont. This is personal. So I was given a tip that I dismissed because I was following those instructions. And I didn't have any evidence. Somebody inside that hotel room sent me a message. And this is, so again, there was no basis for this. There was no basis for me to really dig deep into this. No evidence, no connection. I'm under this instruction that we're not bothering these kids. But when Irene and Monifa went live, I heard everything in the one tip that I didn't have before. And I put my hands on my mouth, and I couldn't believe it, because is it possible? For real? And it was something that Irene said that stuck me like a sword. She says, I'll never hang with people who was basically the opposition to my friend. You're hanging with them. You're living with them. You are okay. So today I am saying on the standards of alleged suspicion, by now what I would consider to be circumstantial evidence for me as an advocate, is that I'm going to tell you what the tip said. The tip said that allegedly, Monifa was jealous because Kenneka wanted to make a change. And then I heard Monifa say she wanted more friends. And she didn't like that. It is also my understanding that Kenneka, Jenkins, and Monifa were not in communication. They were not on good terms immediately before they decided to reconnect by Kenneka's doing and being invited to a party that she was not invited to go to. Monifa, a good girl trying to play bad, allegedly made friends spitefully with people who Kenneka had a problem with during the period by which they were not friends. These are kids, and this is very hard for me to do. Within the entire 11 years of me being an advocate, I ain't never done nothing like it. God give me wisdom. She friended somebody that was in opposition, and here is the issue. I kept telling people that another thing that I kept hearing as a consistent theme is that Kenneka wanted to make a difference, but it followed more on the track from the activity than the drug activity and party activity than it did on somebody being your friend. And so I followed that track, and so long story short, I knew that she wanted to make a difference, and somebody wasn't happy with it, but I just couldn't figure out who. And we went, I got to be these guys, got to be these gangs, got to be these parties. But anyway, the point is that this tip said that she wanted to change something. She wanted to change her friends. And so, or get more friends. This had no basis until I saw the girl on her life. Now, I got proof of a tip that I couldn't follow. And anyway, long story short, became a friend of some people who was upset with Kenneka because they had a boyfriend in common. And there was a man in the middle of two young ladies. And because Kenneka wanted to be or have more friends or expand her network, this other girl who was supposedly her friend was angry and became friends with people who were against her. In other words, they always say that a friend of an enemy becomes something like that. I think they work out properly. I can't even think of the statement. Basically.
What's up, YouTube? This is Team Rich. I know y'all probably done seen that video over 1,000,001 times, man. Y'all go like, share, subscribe, comment at the bottom. Once again, it's Team Rich, man, and I came to bring y'all this video basically to say, we YouTubers who are so-called conspiracy theories and everything else that they want to call us, man, we are the reason why this case has been dragged on for so long. You could never discredit a YouTuber, man. I don't care if 90% of the videos we make were so-called to y'all bullshit. We already saw what is being said now in the aftermath of MTV making this a headline. We already knew what MTV was gonna try to do, basically. You know what I'm saying? Everything was old footage. So with that being said, man, as YouTubers, man, we've been saying this from the beginning. We've been on Monifa neck from the beginning, way before any of this you could possibly say, to come out now and say you have motive. We've been saying this shit from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we knew Monifa set her up. We clearly could hear in the background of Irene's live the way Monifa toned her voice, the way Monifa talked to her, the way Monifa was really not under Kenneka as like, oh, we friends, we rocking, we tight, we close. We clearly see this shit. So we were just trying to put Monifa being with her in that hallway, which clearly we could see, but clearly they took out of the video somehow, some way. We don't know that part of it at all. You know what I'm saying? But clearly, from day one, I know in my heart, I always felt like, through that whole walk, that even without the freezer pot being official, that Monifa was with her. You know what I'm saying? Because no one goes to a hotel and get drunk and roam through that hotel by themselves like that unless they're with someone they feel comfortable with. They're not gonna just go by themselves and roam like without feeling some type of way. Just like when they were walking around and looking for Monifa and Shemaya, they were together. You know what I'm saying? And then if they did separate, it wasn't for too long before they were back together. You know what I'm saying? They never, like, you never saw them alone walking through that motherfucker. And it was no doubt in my mind ever since the first showing that that girl was by herself and able to walk around like that without falling or breaking something or injuring something or anything to that matter, being in the state that they claimed that she was in. We all knew, man, and shout out to all the YouTubers, man, that knew. And you know, Jed can try to discredit us, MTV can try to discredit us, but it's not gonna happen, man. We use YouTube as our platform to get our point across. Some of us get paid for it, some of us don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of the crew that don't. And I don't care if I ever get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I just have fun doing it, and I honestly want justice. So with that being said, it's real life out here, man. We all know, we all got fake friends. We all done been there to where we done had a best friend who turned their back on us for a random person who they just became friends with. And that's how life goes. They talk about you. They, you know, hang with the opposition, chill with the opposition, knowing that you don't like them or you don't mess with them for whatever reason. So, you know, with them trying to discredit the YouTubers, and then they use YouTube to find their information. Now, just like he said, I would never get anything from YouTube. I would never get anything off of YouTube. But then he goes to say, well, I watched the lives. The lives were put on YouTube, so you would have to come to YouTube in order to watch Irene's live and Monifa's live. That's point blank period. Without YouTube, without us, you wouldn't have that motive to put together to say, hey, I believe this is what happened. I was sent a tip that this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be sent a tip all day long, but without that platform for them to speak on, which is YouTube, you wouldn't have your determination of what happened. You would still be thinking, hey, these YouTubers don't make no sense, they're crazy, they don't know what they're talking about. But in all reality, we are the ones who set the tone for MTV to even want to do their presentation from the beginning, no matter how full of shit it was. YouTube is what they base their information off of. We see clearly through the whole segment that that's what they were doing. So once again, man, shout out to all my YouTubers, man. We been knew it was Monifa. We just couldn't, like, clearly walking through the hallways, even as you see Kenneka staggering and falling over and leaning, it was only because somebody who was carrying her wasn't strong enough to carry her by herself. You know what I'm saying? So the wall had to be the prop. You know what I'm saying? Like, those stairways had to be the prop, or she would have just failed. Simple. And it might have been where she failed. You know what I'm saying? They just took it out. We just don't see it there. So, you know, even from the beginning, when he was out there with Andrew Holmes and they came out there and they was saying, hey, we saw the video, this girl walked into the freezer, accident. We saw all on Jed's face, man, that shit was bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? And we saw that, and we know that, and we've been knowing that. And that's why the fight never stopped. That's why on every live Monifa get on, from that point, it was where they was on the back of her neck. We know you did it. Why you set up your friend? You did this, you did. And it was always a game to her. It was always funny to her. You know what I'm saying? And like Irene always said, Irene always stuck to the script. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dumbass bestie set her friend up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was. And we knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like Irene said, if Shamaya and Monifa can't drive, Kenneka ready to go, y'all don't have no keys, y'all don't have no phone, where were y'all going? That's the point I want to get to now. When y'all left that room, where did y'all go? There's only one place. Where did Kenneka end up? We clearly see lip gloss laying all around that motherfucker. The bow tie from someone's hair laying all around that motherfucker. Who little bow was that? Was it Monifa's bow? We know clearly Kenneka didn't have a bow. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, where did y'all go? You understand? Like it don't take a rocket scientist to put this shit together, man. But it ain't meant to be solved. You know what I'm saying? And I knew MTV was gonna come on and say, hey, it was just a tragic accident. Like I said from the beginning, show us, like Mama T said from the beginning, show us this was an accident. You have her all over this hotel, walking, leaning, staggering, whatever else. Show her doing the same thing going into that freezer. But like I said in my last video, they can't, man. Because of the point that it never happened by herself. So in order to keep that theory alive, you have to leave it a mystery. You know what I'm saying? And make it an accident. But we all know what it was, man. We know, we see it in our range glasses, dog. We see Kenneka laying on the bed. We clearly see Monifa go pick her up, her dead limp, well, I ain't gonna say dead, but her intoxicated body off the bed. And we clearly see that in Irene's glasses. That's the whole purpose for Irene going live, man. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Irene can say, hey, I went live because that's what I always do. But we clearly know that there was something shady about that, because as soon as you hop on Monifa's live, she looks on her own live and clearly say, hey, I'm putting my face on there. It's your page. It's your Facebook page. It's your live. So why wouldn't you want to put your face on there? You live every other day. You live every day. We know this. So what made that day different from you wanting to be on live? You know what I'm saying? We never clearly see Kenneka on live. Like, we never clearly see that is Kenneka that was on that live. You know what I'm saying? And that's what always bothered me about this shit. Like, we see all of y'all on live, everybody on live. We see everybody on live. We see everybody on that camera footage, and everybody's together. What made Kenneka separate from y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, besides the brief second that she wanted to walk out of the room and leave, and y'all were with her, and y'all came back in and she was gone. Where did y'all take her to? That would be the question. Like, where did y'all, like Shamaya said, I went right back out there after Monifa came in. I didn't see the elevator going up or down. I looked down the hallways. I didn't see her anywhere. Because clearly the time frame you're using is not right. 2 seconds, it shouldn't have been nothing for you to go out there and see, oh, this girl that got on the elevator and went down. Let me go behind her. Y'all went back to party. And that's kind of what further let me know what it was, because y'all were not worried. Y'all didn't act like friends that were stressed out and enraged of finding their friend. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people discredit YouTube. Don't do this. Don't look at, man, look, we are the ones who created this. Y'all started the fight. Y'all were on the land. Y'all did it from the forefront. And kudos to y'all for that. You and Lamont, I swear to God, kudos to y'all for that. Look, nobody trying to take that shit from y'all, G. Y'all was out there. Y'all really fought the fort. P. Rico too. Y'all really fought the fort. That's facts. But ever since then, as YouTubers, we've been on their neck. And that's why something as small as MTV doing this little segment made them crack. Because now they're taking what we did and putting it to their investigation. You know what I'm saying? So just like she said when the white lady said on MTV, Irene's laugh opened up the portal for a lot of shit. And it did. You understand what I'm saying? And it did. And Gray Hughes, y'all need to debunk Gray Hughes, man. Because at the end of the day, bro, if you believe that shit was an accident, bro, you was a fool, my nigga. Gray Hughes, if you believe that shit was an accident, my nigga, bruh. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. But at the end of the day, I can't discredit us YouTubers, man. We on their neck, and I can't wait until it comes to the light. You understand what I'm saying? I cannot wait, because then it'll make a whole lot of these motherfuckers that wanted to so badly believe, hey, it's a tragic accident. That's like saying the other nigga, Kendrick Johnson, really rolled himself up in the mat and suffocated himself. Who does shit like that, my G? You understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to kill themselves, my G. No, like only people with depression and that struggle every day with depression and all that think about doing shit like that. Kids, normal kids that's living their life and enjoying your life, going to school happy, are not thinking of shit to do like that, bro. Unless it's somebody who's suffering from a mild depression. You understand what I'm saying? And in most of the cases when people kill, it's because they self are suffering from a case of mild depression. You know what I'm saying? And they're not getting the help they need for that. So other people being happy sometimes make them feel like they are not happy. And they take that out on that person that is happy, because they want that person to feel like them, even if sometimes it causes death. So when you say, hey, don't look at YouTube, but then you turn around and you go look at YouTube, it's kind of being hypocritical, my G. So once again, man, shout out to all the YouTubers, man. Y'all go like, share, subscribe. Team Rich, man, we still rocking this wave. And hey, man, we ain't going nowhere, dog, until what we need to happen happens. So once again, man, y'all go like, share, subscribe. Team Rich, J4K, we still here. Go.